bit of a walk across 2 fields, but here we are on the sections of river that I want to hit. As you can probably tell, we're still in the warmer months. I've got a t-shirt on, and we're just out here having a bit of fun. We want to catch lots of perch today, not just a few, and we're going to do it using micro fry, you know, some of the really small soft plastics, just tiny little jig head, 1, 2, 3 gram jig heads, very light leaders, and just trying to have some fun and string together a lot of fish. There you go. Fish. Only a baby, but I knew they were there. There we go. Won't bother with a camera for him. Lovely. Here we go. Fish on. Another little perch. Cracking. Having a lot of fun with these. Tell you what, fishing small lures like this is a great way to get into fishing. You know, if you're just getting into perch fishing, or maybe you're trying to get one of your kids into perch fishing, then yeah, starting with little lures, and you know, you get plenty of bites, and that's important if you're just starting out. There we go. Number 1. This is a cracking swim. You can see where the water's coming in over there. An area we've got a target, obviously. Nice looking swim. There we go. Fish straight away, first cast. Probably a little baby, and it is. Oh yeah. Class 1 fish in this swim. See if we can get some more. I've not been fishing long, probably had about 7 or 8 perch. There we go. Feels a little bit bigger. No, not really. But there you go. Right, I've had about half a dozen little ones from this swim now. There we go. Oh, right at the bank. That was epic. Absolutely fantastic. Don't need to use big lures all the time. Don't need to catch big perch all the time. There you go. Catching loads of these. Must have had 10, I've only been fishing maybe 15 minutes. Well, no matter how hard I try, I can't make these look big. But having loads and loads of fun on the small lures, catching tons of these little gangsters. So let's have a quick chat about the lures that I'm using today. Tiny little micro fry and small spiky shads. They seem to be catching most of the fish. I've been scaling up to try and catch something a little bit bigger. Now when scaling up means sort of 5-7 centimeters, you know that you are fishing small. You want to fish these on a tiny jig head. 3 gram is working well here today. You can go lighter than that. But to be honest, 3 is quite a nice sort of size to keep a bit of pace on the lure at depth. which, you know, with it being warm, I want it to run reasonably deep and I want to move them fairly quick. Of course, you can also move on to tiny little critters or the micro critters. Keep it small, keep it light, like jig heads, and get out there. It hasn't always got to be about big perch. It's just about getting out there with your lure rod, getting into the countryside and yeah, catching plenty of fish. Right, let's see if I can demonstrate this. I bet now that I've turned that camera on, we don't get a bite, but let's see. So I'm just cast it sort of over towards the far bank and I'm letting it sink. That's quite important initially, just let it sink. Start to retrieve at a moderate pace. Every now and then pause it. Twitch the rod tip a couple of turns. Give it a bit of a pause. Sometimes with these little lures, I find that they do want it moving, especially on a warm day like this. They might want it with a little bit of pace. Let's try that again. Just a little pause again, a couple of little twitches. Come on. Oh, there we go, that was a hit. Sometimes, I've only just got in this swim, sometimes once you've got one or two fish, it fires up the whole shoal. They all start to sort of go for it. Oh, something decent just surfaced on the far bank there. Let's cast away that surface. What was that? Oh, that's right on it. Every now and then. There you go, there we go. And that's it. That, if you notice, that hit it on the pause. That one, hit it on the pause. There we are. Oh, lovely little perch. Stunning. As you can see, tiny, tiny little spiky shad. If I unhook it, there we are. Little spiky shad. So there we go, that's the technique. Now, if I had to get a bite off of a perch, any perch, I would use these. They are the Ultra UV micro spiky shads, 4 centimetre. You can buy them fully loaded with a 3 gram jig head, a size 4 hook. And if you needed to get a bite off a perch to save your life, you would put one of those on. There we go. I'm getting a little bit bigger. Not a lot, but a little bit. There we go. That's how it's done. Switch to the black lure and the chub are all over it. It's a little black spiky fry. Yeah, switched on the chub. So we are next swim along. Same technique. There we go. Fish straight away. And there we go. This time on a little creature bait. Okay, they are following it right to the bank. Following it right to the bank and hit it at my feet. And there we are. There is another one. Very, very cool. So, yep, get yourself some of these little lures, you know. I know I've said it in the video probably a couple of times, but it's not all about big fish. You can have tons of fun catching those. Love it. A lot of these tiny lures, you can already buy them loaded, so you don't need to worry about that. You'll get a tiny little lure and you'll get a jig head. That's a 3 gram jig head there. You can go even lighter, but to be honest, in the flow today, I think 3 gram is about right. It means that I can keep it fairly low in the water and I can keep a bit of speed on it, and given that it's warm, that's kind of how they want it. So another quick move of swims. Just had a hit in this swim, hooked a fish and it came off. Come on. I'm going with slightly bigger lures now. Gone from sort of like microfry, gone from sort of microfry up to sort of minnows, and now I've stepped it up to 7 centimetre slick shads, just to hopefully try and get that slightly better fish. Might even go up to 9 centimetre as we go into dusk, just to see if we can finish on a better fish. But you know, you can catch big perch on these small lures as well. You absolutely can. In fact, using small lures is a great tactic if you are scratching for bites. You know, scaling everything down when things get hard in the winter. So it's worth practicing it in the summer, because it could pay dividends on those really hard days in winter. Definitely worth keep moving as well. Keep your feet moving, cover lots of new water. Straight away getting fewer bites on these slightly bigger lures, but that's okay. Kind of what I'd expect. Last cast on this swim, and then we go and try another one. There we go. That hit it on the drop. So yeah, they will take a slightly bigger lure. The little ones, it's not much bigger, it's still a small lure. There we go. Oof. That was right over on that far bank that time. Okay. Yeah, got them fired up now. Over on that far bank. Kind of just hoping there's a bigger one over there. Just quickly, in terms of the rod and reel that I'm using, I am using the TR Light Spin, an absolutely stunning rod, coupled with the gorgeous TR 1500 reel. Now, of course, if you are new to lure fishing and you're just starting this, you don't necessarily have to start with a rod that's quite as stunning as this. Certainly there are more rods that are a bit more affordable in the range. If you're just getting out there and you want to do this, it's a lot of fun, you just want to get some bites, go for a fairly light rod. Whatever rod you decide to get or you decide to use, 8 or 10 gram is perfect. And yeah, a nice light rod like that will make this type of fishing even more enjoyable. Don't come off this time. We had 3 come off. Oh my God, it's tiny. There we go. Fish on. I was hoping that bigger lure would get a bigger perch, but no. Well, that's it. You catch me in the undergrowth. It's just starting to rain. It was such a nice day earlier, so I think I'm going to call it a day because we are coming into dusk. Hope you've seen something in the video that makes you want to try lure fishing if you haven't done it before, or even if you have done it before and you just want to go and have some fun.